Hello everyone, welcome back to another anime review. We are reviewing an anime called The Astrax Otherworldly Adventures of Serving Gods Has Gone Too Far. Now this anime is really interesting and really to the point. So to speak, our main character he gets stabbed and gets killed like the last anime. However, he got stabbed by trying to save two girls, which is unnecessary because it's the same fucking death that we've already had before in the previous anime review that we've done before, where the main character gets stabbed and then he wasn't supposed to end up dying because of reasons. There's multiple animes that do that. However, the gods decide to bless him with all the powers. Now, he gets reincarnated to a boy that's 3 years old. There's two time skips where he's five, and then when he's five, he decides to have two adventurers help him out because he wants to become an adventurer. They help him out learn how to use magic and control magic. Pretty much, so to speak. It's your typical isekai anime, so to speak. I keep watching these isekai animes, which I'm going to do a video about that separately, but that's beside the point. So, our main character decides to save a bunch of people. Decides to save the Duke's daughter, and also he decides to save the princess, which they both fall in love with him when he's at the age of like 5, I believe. So the Duke and the King want him to marry their daughters, which he does, and then at the halfway point, his third wife, which is an elf, decides to marry him as well because he beats her in a sword combat situation. So at this point, though, the king and the duke, halfway through the first season of the anime, they want to see if he's from Japan because of the first hero of the world also got reincarnated in that world, which I thought was really interesting. So that's the main gist of that. So he, so how do I put this? So he, so they decide to check his stats for real because when the main character shows off his stats to his family, he imp- impresses them, meaning that he makes false stats so that way he can get away with it. But he's still OP as fuck when he shows them to his family. But when he shows it to the king and his dad and everyone else there, he shows them that he's OP as fuck. And the king says that I would love to give you the kingdom and stuff like that, which was pretty fucking funny. Um, so pretty much that's what pretty much it. The second half is him trying to beat the main villain of the whole anime, I believe. But that's pretty much beside the point. Now there is a time skip of when he gets older because he goes into this supernatural world because he meets the first hero of the isekai anime, and when he's in that world, every time he stays there one day, it's a year there. So that's beside the point. So it becomes an adult at some point, but that's pretty much about it. But then he turns back into a kid when he goes back to his own reality, pretty much. So that's pretty much about it. Now, when it comes to if there's ever going to be a second season, I don't know what you can do, especially what they did at the very end of the 12th episode. Which, by the way, he ends up summoning the demon of darkness because he just summons someone and he makes a pact with them, which I think is pretty fucking funny. And then everyone wants to check his fucking stats and it says God in gold platinum, which I thought was fucking funny. And all the people were like, "Fucking what the fuck?" It was pretty fucking funny. This anime is pretty fucking funny. The music's alright. Um, I just don't like it that most of the main character is fucking OP as fuck. Like in the beginning, the two adventurers that are helping him out, they get hit on by a bunch of drunk guys, and the fucking 5-year-old kid decides to beat the crap out of them, which he does instantly. Which I thought was pretty. Why the fuck are these kids getting? Why the fuck are these grown ass adults getting their asses kicked by a kid that's fucking OP as fuck? Like that makes no fucking sense. Have some more common sense. But yeah, that's pretty much about it. I'm giving so I don't know if they're gonna do a second season. I hope they do because I thought this anime was good. But the problem is though, what do you do after the last scene? Because he was gonna be, because the main character becomes a baron, and then he decides to get his own castle and stuff like that. He does have a sister who I feel like that she is flirting with him, which is kind of fucking funny to be honest with you. But that's beside the point. But to be honest with you, I think this anime deserves to have a watch. I think it's really good. I'll probably give it a 6 out of 10. I just there's some things of the aspect of it that I don't understand. That it makes no fucking sense. But I know this anime is gonna be short because there's only 12 episodes. Like you can't really do that much when you're ending a series with that like that. Like there's so many stuff that we need to know. Does he get married to the princesses and the duke's daughter? And also, more, is there more girls that want to fall in love with him? Like that's the main thing that goes into my mind. And I hope that they make a second season. It's just like another world with a smartphone. However, that anime has its own fucking problems. Which even though I did like the anime, it has its. The more times I watch it, the more time I think that the anime has some more issues. Unlike this anime has built-in relationships, except for the fucking elf, because the elf decides to fall in love with him after he beats her once, which baffles the fuck out of me. Everyone's scared shitless when everyone finds out that he's a baron, which I thought was pretty fucking funny. Um, which is kind of fucking dope to be honest with you. But you know what? I'm giving this anime a 6 out of 10. I think it was okay. It's not bad. It's not the worst I've reviewed in a long ass time. But what are you guys' thoughts on this anime? Would you like to enjoy it? Would you like to watch it? It's up to you. What are you guys' thoughts on this anime? I hope you guys have a nice positive day and take care. There's not pretty much not much to say. I mean, the princess and all the side characters don't really show up that much, except for the fucking except for the king and the duke. Although I do like the duke's daughter, the duke's daughter. The duke's always laughing at the very end because Kaim always does these stupid shit. Which, by the way, Kaim is his name. Kaim decides to do these blown up shit, blown up the fucking school because he does go to school at some point. He also makes a bunch of board games and stuff. But if you want to figure out what happens with that, you just watch the anime. I hope you guys have a nice positive day and always stay positive.